we shall. And we rolling.
Welcome to episode 63 of the Degenerates Clubhouse. Mondo, quick, first thing that pops into your head.
Oh, shit.
Are you ready for this?
I'm always horrible at this stuff.
Yes. First thing that pops into your head. What is your favorite movie from the 90s? First thing that pops in your head.
Was Stand By Me from the 90s? No, that
No,
was the 80s.
but we're going to say Stand By Me. That's fine. You were close. That was almost 90s.
I think it was like
What car would you use if you were in a getaway chase?
a Dodge Hellcat SRT. Booyah.
What's your favorite song by a white girl? He's trying to think of...
I am trying to think of a white girl. Bjork's Army of Me. I like that song.
Okay, last question. What is your favorite Monty Python character?
I don't really know Monty Python that well.
For shame.
How about one of the guys that says, "We are the Knights of Knee"? That's probably my...
Yeah, the Knights of Knee. That's a character.
Is that a character?
God damn, you uncultured swine.
I don't know much. I can't even say his name. Monty Python. I don't know much.
Whose name? Monty?
Monty.
You don't know Monty?
Well, I don't know much of Monty Python. So
here's another question. How good in the sketches do you think Monty did compared to the other characters?
I don't think Monty was a character.
Okay, that was a trick question. Good job, you passed.
Yeah.
All right, your uncultured swine title has been revoked.
Sorry.
Well done.
I just never was introduced to Monty Python.
But do you know who else is an uncultured swine? Some would say the ultimate uncultured swine.
I don't know.
You do, Mondo. Tell the people.
I'm guessing the answer is Florida Man.
Correct. You good. You have the summary in front of you.
So I know, but why I hesitated that he wasn't uncultured is because what Florida Man does this week shows he's cultured. He's been through some stuff and around the world.
Well, okay. When I said cultured, I wasn't talking about like bacteria in your rectum. I was talking about being civilized and appreciating art and culture. In that respect. So yeah, without further ado, what did Florida Man get up to this week?
Florida Man arrested, pleasuring with the pickle in the most peculiar place. Muahahaha. I like how it leaves it like...
It doesn't say... Does it say muhaha in the article?
No, but it makes you like, okay, now you have to read the article to find out what this peculiar place is. You use your imagination.
In the backseat of a Dodge Charger?
Maybe.
That was... do you remember the... Wow, it's all tying together, Mondo. Speaking of 90s movies, do you remember Mallrats?
Uh-huh.
That was a running joke. There was a young Ben Affleck who was sort of like one of the villains of the show. And they're like, yeah, I can't remember the character's name, but they're like, when the girls would talk about him, like, yeah, don't be alone with that guy. He'll try to screw you in a very uncomfortable place. And they were like, oh, you mean like the backseat of a car? That was a running joke. They delivered it so well. Yeah. I like that movie.
Florida Man was arrested after deputies found him using a pickle outside of a private residence with nothing on below the waist. According to investigators, deputies were dispatched on a suspicious person call when responding deputies spotted 47-year-old Eric Detiege.
Let's make him French. That fits.
Eric Detiege, laying flat on his back with no pants or undies and on a private property in Oldsmar.
Wait, so I wonder, like, did he have pants and undies with him, or were they're just completely absent from the picture? This guy.
Yeah, he just walks around pantsless, doing the pants stand, pants stand.
He's the pantsless knight.
In the affidavit, the deputy said that Detiege had his penis in one hand and a large uneaten pickle. I can't even say it. In the other hand.
You're just gonna pronounce everything with a French pronunciation. His pickle.
Pickle.
His pee-pee and his pickle.
He had his pee-pee in one hand and an uneaten pickle in the other. Elaborating a bit further, the deputy reported that Detiege was penetrating his rectum with the pickle while he masturbated.
No.
Detiege pleaded no contest to the exposure charge and was sentenced to the time served in Pinellas County Jail, 92 days, and was ordered to pay fines, fees, and court costs of $550,000. Oh wait, that's only $550,000.
So before we go any farther, can you describe this man of culture's mugshot?
Yeah. I was going to get to that. So this guy looks like he went to clown school. Okay. He's got like he's lost most, if not all, of his hair on the top of his head, but he did something very strange to his eyebrows. I think he may have.
There's some glitter and reflective things in there.
So I don't know if he like shaved them off and then did like it looked like a black Sharpie like the cholas do, but then, like you said, glued some glitter on the black Sharpie over his eyebrows.
Mondo, is that cultural appropriation if he did black Sharpie his eyebrows in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's cultured. You said he was uncultured. Like he got that. Clearly, he got that from cholas, and the glitter from strippers or something. Moving on.
A man of the people, but just to when I see this guy, he's also in one of the mugshots they provided two. In one of them, he's kind of smiling.
Yeah.
Like he's like yeah. And I picture this guy when they ask him like, "Sir, how do you plead?" He's like, "I plead fabulous." He's that kind of dude.
Yeah. The Tiej, who has a lengthy criminal history of trespassing, littering, and battery charges, to name a few, was arrested again in Hillsborough County on June 28th, blah, 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 for trespassing and released 2 days later on his recognizance. According to arrest records, the Tiej has been arrested in Hillsborough County 58 times, dating back to August of 95.
That's a lot of pickles.
That's a lot of pickles.
Is it a different vegetable every time, or is he just a straight pickle man?
I don't know, dude. Maybe he likes the bacteria in his butt.
He's kind of taking kimchi to a next level.
I was gonna say, I heard like pickled foods, kimchi in particular, like the fermentation part of it, like apple cider vinegar, all that stuff's supposed to be good for your gut, right? So maybe he was just trying to, like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Keistering the pickle to get the effect a little bit quicker. You put like alcohol.
He's mainlining it. Yeah.
Yeah. You drink like suppositories and all like he's just trying to cut one middleman out and trying to
straight to the intestines.
Right to his
Screw the stomach. Forget the digestive acids. Straight to the intestines. Let's go.
I want to read the actual, because they actually posted a picture of the typed out incident report, or part of the incident report by the policeman that arrested him. Blah 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 blah. Expose or exhibit his sexual organs in a public place or on the private premises of another, or so near thereto as to be seen from such private premises in a vulgar or indecent manner, or to be naked in public except in any place provided or set apart for that purpose. I was dispatched to a suspicious person. While circulating the area, I observed the defendant on a private premises at this address. While on a private premise, I observed the defendant laying flat on his back, no pants or undergarments, on his bottom half. Eric had his penis in one hand and a large uneaten pickle in the other hand. Eric was using the pickle to penetrate his rectum while he was masturbating.
Wait, but he was lying flat on his back? Oh,
Yeah,
I guess from... Okay, all right. Never mind.
Okay.
I understand.
Legs up, and then wiener in one hand and pickle in the other. Pickle in one hand, pickle in the other. That's funny. So yeah, that was it for Reddit.
Cucumber in one hand, pickle in the other.
That was it for Pickle Man.
Wow.
What?
I'm just thinking this guy might embody the truest spirit of Florida man.
Why?
Because he's chaotic. He's definitely a degenerate, but he's not like really hurting anyone. I mean, maybe there's a couple of kids who looked out the window at the wrong time who are scarred for life now, but like this is not. Some of the stories we cover are very dark. We're like, oh, there's real victims and lives have been disrupted here. You know what? The pickled crusader is just out there living his best screwed up degenerate life. I salute you, sir.
I'd be more like if they arrested him and then they say he was trying to like shove a gourd up his butt, or like if he's trying to put like a watermelon in his butthole, then I'd be concerned. But it's just a pickle.
Just a pickle, and it was his own butthole. That's the key in this whole equation.
It was his butthole, and it was his pickle.
It's okay because it was his pickle.
Duh.
Dude, we have to send him some pickles and peanut butter.
Well, you know how like there's been parts of the world where they turn like bat shit into coffee, or like I read one the other day where they're turning like goat shit into like a good like strong coffee.
Excellent. Now we know where the next pandemic is coming
Yeah.
from. Continue.
So I'm wondering if maybe he's just discovered like a better way to pickle pickles. Like, what are you gonna try next? Olives? Put an olive in your butt and see if it comes out tasting better.
He's just like next. He's like Gordon Ramsay. You have nothing on me. I am delving deep into these culinary arts, the culinary dark arts, if you will. You know what? That's about all Florida Man I can handle for right now. But let's move to Ask Reddit. And if I recall, the first question is like, what is left on your sexual bucket list? And Mondo, for you, it might be this.
No,
you might have been
no.
inspired by this article, and you're like, yes, I need to find a pickle and go to Florida immediately.
Ask Reddit question number 1: what is something left on your sexual bucket list? And no, pickle in the butt is not left on my bucket list.
You've done it.
No, I'm
Okay.
not. It's not on my. It's not on my bucket list. Never has been. Never will be. Thank you.
Well,
Very
no,
much.
but that's what I'm saying. A bucket list is something you have yet to do. So you then therefore you've done it.
No.
My logic is infallible, sir.
No.
Okay, continue. So what is on your sexual bucket list?
I would like to try a 3-way with 2 chicks. There was a gal I was we were casually having intersexual relations.
Yeah, in your sexual
Excuse
relations,
me.
that's how all the kids say it now. Continue.
I had a burp. And she asked me to if I was into hooking up with her and her. Let's just say she had another beau. She had another guy, and I didn't care.
Oh.
It wasn't like I was trying to be exclusive with this chick, but I was like, I'm not cool with 2 dudes and 1 chick. However, you find a girl friend of yours. I don't care if she don't have to be hot. She just got to be a solid 5. And let's do this. But no, I've not had a 3-way with 2 chicks yet. That'd be kind of cool to try once, I think. It looks cool in pornos.
Mondo, it's not gay if it's in a 3-way. Why are you so closed off?
I can't do it, man. I can't do it with 2 dudes. I think I would lose a boner looking at a naked dude. You know what I mean? Like in even though, yeah, I don't know if I can get a boner with watching a naked dude.
So 2 things. One, if you guys have not heard Lonely Island's song about 3-ways, I highly recommend that. And 2, I feel like this was a Bill Burr bit where he was talking about how everyone's a little bit gay.
Oh yeah.
And the guy's like, what are you talking about? I'm not gay. And he's like, okay, well, tell me, do you watch porn? He goes like, yeah. He's like, so, do you watch just lesbian porn? He's like, no, I like to see a guy fucking a girl. He's like, okay. So when you're watching this guy and girl porn, you like a guy with kind of like a small little pencil dick? He's like, no, I want a guy, with a big dick. Like, he's like, well, how big? Like real big and throbbing with veins. He's like, oh my God, I'm gay. So, it's a funny joke, but Mondo, I understand. I'm with you. I think 1 dick in the equation is plenty for me.
Yeah. Okay, so what's left on your sexual bucket list? By the way, you're the one who proposed this question. I'm surprised that you proposed this question.
I thought you'd like this one.
Oh, of course I do. It's awesome. So what's something?
3-way is not on my bucket list.
Oh, does that mean you've already crossed it off?
I don't know. Maybe.
No,
to be honest, like I had 1 and I think that was enough.
All right.
There was just a lot going on. Like
Sometimes that's all you need, just to try it once and be like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
I mean, and that's one where it's like it's not where it wasn't terrible. Where like, oh, I would turn this down. Like, hey, one of you has to leave. But
sorry, it's not for me. I just want 1 girl. Sorry.
But it's also not something I think I would actively seek it out anymore.
I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm not seeking it.
I was like, it's like I feel like it's difficult enough to please 1 girl. I don't need a second one. There's a lot of like I don't know what to like. My hands are busy and there's this and that and okay, it was just a I'm trying to think of an analogy. It was like I'm I can like maybe play a harmonica, and this was like playing like a really advanced harpsichord. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
You mean you can't chew gum and chew bubble gum and what's that one? You can't chew bubble gum
walk and chew bubble gum?
That. I can't even say it. You can't walk and chew bubble gum? You can't do that? I can do that. How about the rub your tummy?
I can't walk, chew bubble gum, and have a threesome at the same time. That is way too complicated for me. You know what? I'm not sure exactly what it would be. Maybe you could have some suggestions. I think for me, it might just be a location-based thing. You know,
like doing it somewhere weird and strange.
like the backseat of it. Yeah, exactly. Because I think the times that I've had it, it's always been like a pretty standard place, like bedroom sort of thing. Like I've never had sex in
Did
any
you? Hey,
adventurous places.
I gotta ask you. Did you ever put a notch in the throne?
No,
No. You did it?
nope.
I had to do it twice because they said the first time it didn't count.
That was if you had sex in the throne.
Yeah. So
No,
when
never.
when Aaron and I were in college, we were part of the Lancer Society of Woodard College, basically a small local fraternity, and we used to have this throne that was where like whenever we had our like meetings, like the president of the organization sat in the throne, the rest of us just sat around random like a round table, and one of the things we had amongst the fellas was if you banged a chick on the throne, you could like etch a notch on the side of the throne. So it was basically like a scoreboard, like, ooh, look what I did that. Anyway, I notched the throne with a girl. You're like, I hope it was with a girl. I notched the throne with a girl, and then when I had to retell the story, the guys were like, I didn't count. You got to do it all over again. So I had to convince that same girl some.
I did not. That would not be on my bucket list. Because that'd be super weird. They're like, why is there a 40-year-old guy in our frat house now?
Oh, okay, I got one. How about this? Put this on your bucket list. How about the Mile High Club?
No.
No?
No interest in that. Where are you going to
Really?
do it?
In the bathroom, or like in
Have
the
you ever been in an airport?
Yeah,
airplane? They're tiny.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
smell of like chemicals and usually a little bit of shit. And
No,
urine.
but
Like, no, I'm good.
I think nowadays the stewardesses are like on watch of them restrooms, so they know like.
Even if they weren't, that just does not sound enjoyable at all.
How about getting like a hand job while you're in your seat in the airplane? Does that count as Mile High Club?
Do I know the person? I just wake up and there's a blanket over our seats, and I look over and it's that guy from the Florida Man story. I'm like, oh no! And
he's
like,
got a pickle in one hand and your dick in the other.
He's like, the in-flight meal involved pickles. I'm like, oh my god, no. No, I don't. See, that's I don't know if I would enjoy it if it was like I think some people really have a thrill when it's in public. There's a lot of people around, like, ooh, we could get caught. I don't know if I'd enjoy that. I'd just be like, yo, I don't want to get kicked off this fucking flight, get taken into custody by the air marshals. I don't know. It's someplace cool. Maybe someplace like tropical or something like that. Definitely not involving sand. That does not sound like fun.
Oh, I went camping once and then we had sex in the tent. This chick I was with.
That'd be cool.
We were camping but you brought up sand. It was like at a beach type of camping type of thing, and we set up tents and we boned in the tent.
Oh, okay. Here's what would be cool, but the timing of it would be extremely difficult.
Jumping off of a plane in a parachute and banging midair and
no,
get a nut before you hit the ground.
So the last 2 weeks I've climbed 14ers.
Ooh.
There are these mountains in Colorado that have 14,000 feet elevation or more. And the tricky part, I mean, the views are incredible. Like, you just see, you're so high up, you can see like the whole mountain ranges. It's pretty crazy, and it makes your head spin a little bit too, because you can just see everything in 360 degrees all around you. But the tricky part is either if you do it when it's warm in the summer, there's tons of people going up and down. So finding both a comfortable place on the top of a fucking mountain when there's not strangers would be tricky. Or, of course, when I went up there was absolutely no one, because I went in December like a dummy, where like I'm fighting freezing cold weather and like super high gusting winds,
snow,
and
cold.
I remember when I got up there, I think the Degenerates Clubhouse is a bad influence on me, because I realized like, oh, I'm the only person like up on the mountain. Like, there was one other person who was going down, and they had about descending the mountain, not going down. That would have been cool. Descending the mountain, but they had like a 30-minute head start on me. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm all the way by myself up here. And then the thought of like, what if I jerked off on top of this mountain?
Jerk off? That's
not on my bucket list.
Oh.
This is just what I could do in the moment, Mondo.
Okay.
This is a real scenario that was playing out. And then like I didn't take my glove off to jerk off. I just took my glove off to take a picture. And I'm not kidding. In like 5 seconds, my hand was so cold where I'm like, oh no, there's no way.
You can't jerk off.
No, like I'm gonna my dick with fries off. So that's not
Fries off.
fries off. Yeah.
But how about if you could eliminate the rest of the crowd,
Yeah.
bucket list would be boning up like in 14,000 feet, like with some random chick, or it'd have to be a chick you know.
Hot. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. No, random chick that you meet going up the mountain,
Yeah.
and then it's not freezing cold, and there's not a ton of people up there.
Yeah. Brown chicken, brown cow.
And she's just sort of like, because there's like little boulders and rocks up there, so she's just bent over the rock, and you're just like both. You're just so you can both enjoy the view. It's not like a mean thing. It's just a polite like, look at this great view we both have.
Hey, baby, I want to see your
All right.
slopes.
I want to play with your boulders.
So some of the other answers on Reddit. User Buccaneer Rex writes, "Not too much left. Only so many ways to have sex with a bucket." Ha 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 ha. Get it? Get it?
Sort of, but how do you have sex with a bucket?
It's kind. He must have a really wide dick, or it must be a very tiny bucket.
Okay.
User Numericist writes, "Zero gravity, baby."
That'd be kind of cool.
Because don't you? Well, because you use gravity to like get your thrust going, to get your pumps. So
Not really.
So you're just locked in. And you're kind of like, yeah. I guess if you're locked in, you're
just
kind of
hands on the hips and you just go. You're fine.
yeah. That's true. I don't know. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. User Devi Bear 93 writes, "Rough, possessive sex up against a high-rise hotel room window, preferably by the water." Ooh.
Okay.
I've seen that
She
in-
wants location-based sex as well. All right.
Yeah. I think I've seen that in pornos before. I just get like banged up against like hotel windows. That'd be kind of cool. Last one I'm gonna read. User Anon120. I like how her username is Anon120, but she puts her picture, like her actual image, as her user or what her profile pic. So you're not really anonymous, idiot. Anyway, her answer: getting woken up with oral. Just need to finish someone who wakes up earlier than me, which is proving to be difficult for me. One day it'll happen. What time the fuck do you get up in the morning? Get up like at 3 in the morning or some shit? Anyway, that was it for Reddit question number 1. Reddit question number 2.
It happens, and it was Eric the Pickle Man because he wakes up very early in the morning.
What is the smallest hill you'll die on, Aaron?
I think maybe I've sort of come down off this hill, but it used not. Hey, calm down. Not come down like that.
I was trying to breathe. Sorry, guy.
But one used to be the use of the word unique really bothered me.
Unique New York.
Because unique means one of a kind. And so there are people be like, oh my God, that guy's so unique, or like he's very unique, or he's one of the most unique people I've ever met. I'm like, motherfucker, it means one of a kind. You're either one of a kind or you're not. Like the word's binary. So you can there's other words that mean he's very unusual, he's tremendously strange, he's but one of a kind, it's a thing you are or you're not, and there aren't degrees to it. And I kept trying to explain this to people, and then their eyes would kind of like glass over it, and I'd be like, okay, I should just give this up. So that was a hill that I for a while I would die on, but maybe it's just not worth it.
Is that your going to be your answer to the question, or did you come up with another?
I mean, I think it's a very unique answer, so I'm gonna stick with it.
It's so unique. Mine's going to be controversial, as Aaron pointed out to me before the episode, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The smallest hill you'll die on is, I don't believe that African American black people should call each other the N-word.
Yeah, only white people can do that.
No. No.
What? Sorry, did I misunderstand your point?
No, I just don't think I just think no one should use it. If it's going to be offensive, then it's offensive, period. It shouldn't be offensive only if someone outside my thing.
What about the soft R?
I don't know. It's all part of the thing. Who cares? I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb to get offended. I know there are people that say it with malicious intent behind it, and they mean to
Yeah,
they mean to offend.
That is how that word started. That is the whole history.
Right, but again, if like a one African American fellow calls another African American fellow that word, it's okay. It doesn't make sense to me. I just think that no one should use it or everyone should use it, and then that's it. And period. End of story.
What about cracker? Is that okay?
Cracker.
You can you. So that I think you're right. Like I think only we white people should be able to call each other crackers.
Yeah,
you could say cracker.
But wait, what if like I'm at a restaurant and I want to order a bowl of soup with crackers? Do I have to use like, hey, can I get a bowl of soup and crackers? I can't say crackers.
Gotta say saltines.
Saltines? Okay. I'll use saltines from now on. Yeah, I don't care. It's whatever.
Mondo, cracker please.
Cracker. No, you can't. I'm not white. You can't call me cracker. You
just broke my brain a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, let's read some of the answers on Reddit from some of the other users. User Boss Magnus writes, Girl Scout cookies are not as good as they used to be. I gotta say I disagree. I love Girl Scout cookies.
I think they always kind of sucked, and it just
how dare you. Girl Scout cookies.
I think it's the exact same. Let me put it this way. I think Girl Scout cookies are exactly the same as they've always been, and you have changed or you haven't. Not the Girl Scout cookies.
I love Girl Scout cookies. Boo you.
Thin Mints or Samoas?
Which ones are the ones
that the ones that are thin and have a kind of minty taste?
No. There's peanut butter. There's like a peanut butter one. Don't they have like a peanut butter cookie?
I don't know.
I think they have a peanut butter cookie, and that's the one I like. But I'll eat samosas over those two. I'm a samosa person. Some of the answers on Reddit, blah, 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 blah. User Kajit _ scares writes, sexy lyrics in a song does not make the song inherently sexy.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it's kind of just graphic.
Especially when Billy Joel is singing them. It's kind of creepy, to be honest. It's more creepy than sexy when Billy Joel tries to put in sexy lyrics.
What?
Come on, Virginia, don't make me wait. It's like, yo, Billy, you're a 40-year-old guy talking about a Catholic schoolgirl. Stop, please.
Yeah, I don't know. He makes good music, so I can't harp him too hard. Joel.
So does R. Kelly.
Yeah. What? User Joel SH1 writes, there is no need for people to say it's 7 a.m. in the morning. The use of a.m. lets us know it's morning. I've never heard someone use a sentence like that, 7 a.m. in the morning.
Well, the one you used to hear all the time was ATM machine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think I still use that ATM machine. It's supposed to be automated teller machine. So you're saying...
Automated teller machine.
Yeah. There's a lot of those words that I fuck up, I'm sure.
It's kind of like it's redundant, and it's also kind of like you're saying the same thing, like more than you need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm trying to find another decent one to read.
Mondo, you were a redundant motherfucker.
User, the ice cream cone coot, writes, I will never do Elf on the Shelf. I will die on this small elfless hill. Yeah, fuck Elf on the Shelf. This is dumb. All this is scare kids that think that little fucker runs around.
All right, let's get one more and move on.
Sure. Brendan Q. Murphy writes, Jaws must never, ever be remade or retconned or reimagined or anything ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so strong opinion.
That's actually, okay. Here's the thing. I think that's a great one because that's like especially weird hill to die on. Because with some movies, it's like, please don't remake this, right? It was perfect, and there's no need, right? Like, if they made Stand By Me again, that would be a crime.
I would fucking kill motherfuckers.
Well, because the technology and advances in filmmaking add nothing to that movie. It was such great performances. Yeah. Like, there's no need to ever remake it. But ostensibly, I mean, they were very limited in what they could do when they made Jaws, and they really made the best out of it.
Uh-huh.
But like, in theory, I don't think that it was like, oh, there were such great performances and there's nothing that these new filmmaking techniques could add to a Jaws movie. So like, that's kind of a weird one. That's why I salute that guy. He loved Jaws, and he doesn't want it touched.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Good job.
Fuck
Good job, dude.
Same thing with Goonies. Goonies, they were supposed to, at one point, they were thinking about them making a part 2. It never happened.
Goonies? Oh, you mean the Stranger Things prologue?
Yeah. Or Stranger Things is Goonies part 2 or the sequel or something.
The prequel to Goonies or to
Yeah.
Stranger Things? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that
Goonies
movie.
should never be remade. I'm going to read this other one because I think we both answered something similar. This is the last one, I swear. User Chart753 writes, it is should have or should have with an apostrophe, not should of. That goes along with the whole thing we talked about earlier about grammar and misproper use of grammar. And
Yeah, but what happened was...
What happened was... Yeah, I can't stand when people write should. That does annoy me. Like, there's a lot of grammatical things that, like, in text and typing, it's, like, I'm pretty anal with some of that stuff, and it gets annoying. Like, I get annoyed.
The ones that always annoyed me more, it wasn't just, like, the pure grammatical problems. It was the ones that there was a breakdown in logic, right? Like, where you if you understand what unique means and you understand what one of a kind is, then like logically the way you're using it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of words like that. Like literally was another one like there where I'm like, okay, you're breaking the English language and now we almost need to invent another word for the thing that this word used to mean.
Yeah.
And then I just realized, like
you mean like the overuse of literally. Like that's
well, that's one way. It gets overused, it gets misused, like that was another one. Back in the day, I made a whole YouTube video on this. We don't need to get into it. We should move on. But
like literally, I almost died. Like literally, I almost died. That's funny. That's it for Reddit question number 2. We are now going to veer into the dreaded black hole of our brains, and we don't know what we're going to call this segment. We're going to give it a shot.
Brain holes.
Aaron wants to call it brain holes. What did I want to call it? I said jizz quiz or quiz jizz or some shit.
We're gonna workshop this a little bit more, is what we're saying.
The name of this next segment is a work in progress. So what the idea is, I'm gonna give Aaron approximately 5-ish questions to answer based on this random website that has a bunch of trivia and quiz stuff, and then he's gonna ask me 5 questions from
in a different cat. We're not necessarily going to use the same categories.
Yes.
But this is an opportunity to see how big of idiots we are, and also maybe learn something in the process.
Sure.
This is educational. You're like, wow, we're just learning about crazy Florida people and your dumb opinions on Reddit, and we're like, no, we're going to give back to you, the audience, and make you a little bit less stupid. I didn't say smart. I said a little bit less stupid.
All right. The quiz I have for Aaron is called Foods in Spanish. And the way it's going to go is I'm going to ask him a question and highlight the word in Spanish. He has to tell me what that word in Spanish means in English. If that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that correctly. Question number 1.
Okay, I'm focused.
And the entire sentence is in Spanish too.
You mean question numero uno?
Yeah. Pregunta número 1.
No, who's pregnant? What? I'm just kidding. I remember that word from my Duolingo days. Continue.
Los católicos comen pescado los viernes.
Oh, I heard fish.
Durante la cuaresma. You got that one right. Yeah, pescado is fish, and that is the answer. Ding, ding, ding. You got that one correct.
Muy bien.
Question number 2. ¿Qué fue primero, la gallina o el huevo?
Fuck, I heard what is something in eggs.
That was actually the answer, egg. The question was what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh, the chicken. How do you say chicken?
Chicken is gallina or pollo. There's a bunch of words for chicken.
But okay, so I know pollo.
Yeah.
El pollo loco. Es muy malo.
You don't like pollo loco? I fucking dare you, dude. Pollo loco is delicious.
Did my just impeccable Spanish phrase not give away how much I dislike El Pollo Loco?
The only thing that sucks at Pollo Loco is their tortillas. Those things fucking suck, but the chicken is delicious. The salsas are amazing.
On a side note, the company that owns Jack in the Box bought Del Taco. They are trying to get a monopoly on diarrhea.
That fucking sucks, man. Del Taco was amazing. I like Del Taco. I like it better than Taco Bell now.
Well, I think they're gonna keep the chain open. They just own it now.
Yeah, but they're gonna fuck it up somehow, or make those they're gonna make those restaurants that have like the 2-in-1 meal, like the
Pregunto número tres.
yeah, yeah. En China, la gente come mucho arroz. What is arroz?
Yeah, I knew it was. I just from the phrase I knew. I don't know what arroz is.
You don't know what arroz is?
That's that. Did I stutter?
You don't know arroz? Arroz means rice.
Interesting.
Yeah, arroz.
You think. I mean, and there's like hardly any rice in Spanish Mexican cuisine. So like, how was I supposed to know that?
Well, the question also throws you off because it says in China. That means in China, the people eat a lot of this.
Oh, I could have. You know what? I was literally just listening for the word, and if I listened for the whole phrase, I could have figured it out in context.
You done fucked up, Chief. Okay. Pregunta número 4. Cada mañana me gusta tomar el jugo de naranja.
Oh, I did an orange?
Yeah, yeah. Well, jugo de naranja.
Big orange?
Did you say big orange?
No, I don't.
It means orange juice.
Orange juice. Oh, fuck. I didn't know that too.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the big question was every morning I like to drink.
Jugo de, yeah. I should have known that. That actually was a vocab word in
like
Duolingo.
Big orange? All right. Last one because we're only.
I did that just for comedy. 100% knew what that was.
And the question number 5. Muchas personas creen que los ratones comen queso, pero no es cierto.
Okay, I heard the word cheese.
That's the word. Cheese. You got the keyword, and that was the right answer. Ding, 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 ding. So you went like 3 out of 5. You got
4 out of 5. I just missed the one.
No, you said big orange. It was orange juice was the answer.
No, I got it. It
No,
was
no.
for the memes.
Nope.
Easy.
You got 3 out of 5. Okay, now you're going to have to ask me things.
Yeah. And this should be easy. This quiz is rated easy.
Yeah, but
early U.S. history quiz.
So he picks one where I know I'm going to suck. Well, let's try. Let's see. Go ahead. Go.
And see, this is even easier because it is multiple choice. But question 1. Christopher Columbus's voyage to the Americas in 1492 opened up a new era in world history. What country sponsored his expedition?
Spain.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. It was Spain.
I was like, it was either Spain or France, but I couldn't remember.
Do you remember who specifically sponsored it?
The Queen of Spain.
Who was named? This is a bonus question.
Wait.
It's Queen Isabella.
I was going to say Isabella. I was
sure
going to say,
yeah. Just like I was going to say orange juice.
No, you know what I was going to
Sad.
I was going down the names of the Pinta de Santa Maria in my brain initially. I go, no, that's not one. It wasn't Santa Maria. I knew it was Isabella.
Christopher Columbus was like, Queen Isabella, I will go to the New World and bring you gold and spices and eat your coochie. And she's like, maybe just the first 2. But that's actually if you really dive deep. I don't know what's going on. I'm like a syllable off on certain words.
I did it.
Yeah,
too.
if you dive deep into the textbooks, you can find that little tidbit of knowledge.
Dip.
Okay, here's another easy one. The coming of Columbus and other Europeans to the Americas brought many changes, some of them positive and others negative. What affected the native population of North America most severely?
The pox.
The pox?
The chicken pox. Or
it was
disease.
I think it was no, you got it. It wasn't yes, chicken pox was one of the diseases that we brought. It was actually smallpox.
Oh, see, I said pox first.
Yeah, just like I said orange.
Yeah. Okay, I got wrong. I got half credit.
And it might have also been herpes too. We don't know. Because Columbus was a sick fucker. That's what I mean.
Did you say Columbius? Is that another one?
No, I said Columbus.
Okay, maybe I heard Columbius.
Trust me, when you listen back, I would have pronounced it perfectly. There's not a chance I said it poorly. The first English settlements were failures. It was not until tobacco was discovered as a cash crop and strong administrators took advantage of the economics. This man established an order that Virginia become a viable colony. I'll give you, this might be tough. Your choices are A, Adam Jackson, B, John Smith, C, Thomas Jefferson, D, Adam Smith.
Dude, I'm going to get this one wrong. I was going to say the Marlboro Man, something about tobacco. I'm going to guess John Smith?
You got that correct.
Oh, shit.
Via pure luck.
Whew.
Yeah, and it just says after 1650, European population in the New World grew rapidly, especially the Puritans and Pilgrims.
I hated history.
Yeah, well, so it kind of sucks because I think history, when presented well, is really interesting, but the way they taught it to us was just boring as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like good history is sort of like telling stories, right? Like I wish, have you ever read any Michael Lewis books?
Nope.
His really famous ones were like he wrote a book called The Blind Side where he's talking about this NFL tackles. Like,
the one that made with the movie on.
Yeah, with Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
But he also wrote a book called about like the whole housing market crash. But he kind of told it as a story, and he established characters, and like it was completely compelling. I mean, I was super locked into that book, and I was like, wow, could you just write all history books like this? Like, obviously it was a little bit easier in his case because he could go and do interviews and so forth and so on. Anyhow, in the 18th century, this is question 4. In the 18th century, the American colonies became more a part of the world economic system. Their local economies had matured and were now producing crops and goods that were in demand in Europe and elsewhere. To cope with this demand for goods, especially for labor-intensive agricultural products, these colonies increasingly turned to slave labor. This is actually a stupid easy one.
I don't even. What are the answers? Is it just the southern colonies? I don't know.
It is the southern colonies.
Oh, I was like, what?
I don't even need to check the answer. It's the southern colonies.
I don't know if they had like actual names, like the Pensacola colonies and the Boo colonies.
You could have been like, "Yo, it's the motherfucking South," and I'd be like, "That's correct, sir."
Motherfucking South.
The South. Man. Okay, well, this is not in the quiz, but I just recently learned this. If you look at the state of Oklahoma, it's got like this weird little
tail.
Yeah, that like sticks out. And someone's said that they're like, oh, we found out that was because of slavery. And it was basically like there was this arbitrary line that was drawn where it's like you could not have slaves north of that line. And Texas is like, well, fuck it. We don't want this part. we don't want this part where you can't have slaves. Get this away from us. It was like, God damn it. I think I might have kind of screwed the explanation up a little bit there. But yeah, that was drawn because Texas was trying to circumvent the slavery laws.
They wanted more slaves.
Yes. Correct. Let's see. Last question.
Dude, I'm doing good. I'm doing better than you did.
Questionable. Last question. Question 5. In the few years preceding the American Revolution, the city of Boston was a powder keg just waiting to explode. Exciting. In March of 1770, some British troops responded to a snowball attack by local young men by firing back, killing 5 colonists. What was the name of this historical event?
The Boston Massacre? Or the Boston Tea Party?
Those are 2 different things. Which one was it?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. What are my answers? What do I got to work with?
I'm going to tell you what. It's one of those 2.
Okay, I'm going to say the massacre. Because the Tea Party was one where they were like, no taxes, representation without taxation, or one of the something like that.
Taxation without representation.
I said it.
Which is hilarious because the English were actually running things pretty well. So post Revolutionary War, we had to pay way more for everything. Yeah. Like that's sort of the story of our country, like being dumbasses, revolting, but actually shooting ourselves in the whole process.
We're cowboys. We're cowboys, dude. Pow, pow, pow.
We're fucking cow. You can't take our freedom. We're free. We want to free to tax ourselves and waste tons of money. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how they spoke in Boston back then, too. It was weird. Yeah, the answer was the Boston Massacre.
See, I went 5 for 5. I'm fucking a genius.
You are. This middle school level quiz was no match for Armando.
I feel like Billy Madison, where he's like, I wanted to draw a blue duck because I'd never seen a blue duck before.
You did. You drew a blue duck with your knowledge of history. Congratulations, sir.
Yes. that was it for the segment. We did 5 questions apiece. We'll see how long after I edit. We'll see how long it took.
How long into the episode are we?
We are. Let me look. We are approximately 45 minutos into the episode. I was about
my
to.
God.
I was about to ask you if there's anything else you wanted to add to, because we don't have any more planned content. But I was going to ask you if there's anything else you wanted to bring it up. But I want to start by bringing something up.
Okay.
Before instead of asking you, I'm going to bring something up. So, who would in our time? I'm a year older than Aaron. I think a year, right? About a year.
I believe so. When is your birthday?
In 1980.
What's the date, and what is the name of the street you grew up on?
So in our time, who would you say is probably like the absolute biggest iconic musician, like the most iconic influential?
Probably Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson of our time, right?
He counts as our time, right? Like
yeah.
He was 80s, and he was kind of a little stronger in the 80s,
late 70s, but like in the 80s, he hit his stride.
He was a fucking icon. The one I remember where everyone, this was maybe middle school or early high school, was he came out with this video called It Doesn't Matter If You're Black or White, and there was like crazy CGI, and he like turned into a panther. But then there was this part at the end where they were doing this morphing technology where like people of all different races and ethnicities, like their faces were morphing to in one or the other, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, this is amazing! This is like it blew everyone's mind." So yeah, I think he might be the most iconic.
So if I were to tell you that in the Latin or Mexican culture, there is a musician, an icon that, like, I would say as much influence as Michael Jackson had in music of our time, this dude puts Michael Jackson to shame as far as like how big of an icon this person was that I'm about to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Like, everyone know, like you can be right now, you can be a 2, 3, 4 barely able to speak kid in Spanish or kid in Mexico, or you can be a 90-year-old Mexican person. Everyone knows who this person is. Vicente Fernandez.
Okay.
Who is like I said, I was gonna say like maybe Elvis kind of comes close, but not
like,
in
our time, no.
Yeah.
So the biggest, like, arguably the biggest ever, and I think probably the group that had the most influence on music today still would be the Beatles, and they were huge. I mean, that was the famous quote where John Lennon was like, "Oh, we're bigger than Jesus," and and people fucking freaked out, but he was kind of right.
I dare say,
how many number one hits did Jesus have? None. Jesus has not been on the Billboard charts once.
So
weak sauce Jesus.
So today is Sunday, December 12th. Earlier this morning, an icon of icons in Mexican music primarily, but just music and culture, passed away this morning. His name was Vicente Fernandez. He was like he was a famous ballad singer in Spanish, like Spanish ballads, and like he did like a lot of like rancher music and like kind of anyway. The dude was in movies. He's done some acting anyway, but he was known for his music, his voice. Like there are several of his songs. What song is that?
Por tu
maldita
amor.
Yeah. No, I would say his the most song is Volver, probably Volver. I'm guessing.
This is riveting.
No, so listen, he passed away this morning. His music has this effect in I think you know me very well as like, okay, this dude Armando tends to be quite
can I ask you in this terms, how many Mexican babies was he responsible for?
A lot.
Not personally. I'm not saying like how many kids did he father. I mean like how many children were conceived to this guy's music?
A shit fuck ton. Like a lot. My grandmother idolized this dude, and my mother, my mom didn't.
So ostensibly he led to your dad being conceived. So like he might be responsible for you being on this planet.
Sure. My my mother's biological dad was non-existent. Like when she was still a baby, even when my grandmother was pregnant. 'Cause I don't know exactly when. My mom's biological father left, was non-existent in the family, and my mom. It's funny because she texted me this morning. She's like, my dad died. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I didn't understand. Like your dad died. We never knew your dad. Never talked about your dad. And then she sent me like a slew of pictures of Vicente Fernandez. I was like, okay, I get it. Because like his music, I think, put a lot of Mexican culture rode on his back, like on literally on the things he did in music. And anyway, Mexico lost an icon. Like that's why I asked you like, who's the biggest star? Is like Michael Jackson. What he did maybe kind of touches what Vicente Fernandez meant in Mexican culture, but
Michael
I think,
Jackson touched a lot of people, so it's
anyway,
possible.
rest in peace, Vicente Fernandez, an icon, a legend. His music has influenced a lot of Mexican culture and movies and shit. Like I was saying, he's very big influence, and I think a lot of if you were to turn on any Spanish station right now, I guarantee you, he's probably gonna be like one of those 24/7 where they're like, this guy, it's a big deal. Anyway, anything else you wanted to bring up? I was gonna ask you that, and then I was like, oh no, wait, I have to bring this up first. But
You know what? Let's end it on that. Shout out to Vicente Fernandez. I
Yeah.
didn't watch that like Mexican Pixar movie, so I don't know where he is right now. But wherever he is, hopefully on what is it, Dia de los Muertos, he's playing some.
we passed
some of
it,
the
or we
songs.
passed Dia de los Muertos.
It'll come back around.
Anyway, I had nothing else to add. Did you have anything else to add to the episode?
Wow, we just hit a time loop.
Yeah. No, so that was it.
So let's end it on that. Shout out to Vicente Fernandez.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that Pixar movie about Mexicans, but yeah, hopefully on the what is it? Was it Mondo Dias de los Muertos?
Oh no, that already passed.
Yeah, but it'll come back around. He can be playing his music.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Christmas is coming up. We will have one more episode before the holidays, I think. Yeah, we'll have one more episode recorded next week before the holidays. So we'll talk to you guys about that. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys are enjoying winter is coming. Have a nice weekend. Thanks for just listening to us. Hope you guys had fun. Bye.
That was actually fun.